Former IGP for police, Ehiga Tuara said don't donate security weapons give the 7 local governments inside Edo South. Edo Governor Obaseki don't hear the former Inspector General of Police, Solomon Ehiga Tuara say as person where they reach for spirit where they give back to society even after he retire from police. Obaseki talked this one for the first annual lecture series and scholarship award for Solomon Ehiga Tuara Foundation which held on Tuesday for Benin City. Governor Obaseki we wish Arase happy birthday, call him for the ogbonge help in they give the Edo state government, say na one of the ogbonge police officer wey Naija don't ever get, say even after he retire from police, he still dey serve the people.
I want to start by congratulating my brother, Solomon Arase, retired IGP, not just for achieving another milestone in terms of your age, but to personally thank you for the support you have been to me and our administration in Edo State. We also want to thank you for leadership, because you may not understand and appreciate what you are doing today and what this event marks for us. You clearly are not one of the wealthiest retired public officers. I know you are not. But in terms of spirit, you are very, very rich. Because you are telling us today that it is not how much you have, it is not how much you have received, it is how much you can give back to your community. And for those of us in power, we get it battered every day by those who have but don't realize they have, because they want more from us, from government. And when you don't give, you are the bad person. You are paradise. Not realizing that our society requires so much more from each and every one of us. So this morning, you are telling us that what is important for us as a group, particularly as an elite group, is what we can give back to our society. We want to thank you. Everybody knows, I'm just reading through your resume, that I don't think our country has produced any policeman, any cop, a cop with the quality of experience and intelligence which you have. And as those, we're very, very proud of you. We're proud of you not just because of the service you rendered, but because of that unique knack of intellectualism which you have added to that your profession. Everybody listening to you and seeing your activities over the last several years since you retired can tell that you are passionate, you are in love with your profession of policing, and we want to thank you. So what you are doing here today is another milestone, just bringing us together, those of us who don't understand the nitty-gritty of policing, to get people who have the intellectual bent to explain to us more, particularly from a theoretical standpoint, those elements that we need to be aware of and take cognizance of, not only as government but as citizens, if we are to secure our society and our communities. The sole responsibility of any government is the provision of security to its citizens. Without security, we have no business being in government. Policing is local, just as it is global. And I'm glad today that you are now at the vanguard of citizens participatory policing in our society. As a government, we have already embraced this. The security architecture of Edo State is really the foundation of the security architecture of our state is actually community policing. That's why we are very, very glad that you have now helped us elevate that. You've gone to friends and family to mobilize them to now begin to provide resources and direction to support this structure or architecture which we have in our state.
Solomon Arase Konyan said the reason for this annual lecture na to sama the people the role wey dem fit play to make sure say their communities dey safe. Konyan wetin the foundation dey do to help students with scholarships.
There must come a time in the life of a state when all the citizens must of necessity resolve to frankly engage with their law enforcement agencies and build a strong synergy in order to defeat a common enemy. For us, as a people of Edo State, there is no auspicious time for this than now. Our gathering here today is therefore clear and loud statement that the Edo State people and their law enforcement agencies are now determined to close up the gap that weakens our common resolve, forge a united front, and advance hand in hand as true patriots to confront the criminal elements that have been feasting on our hitherto disunited relationship. The core objective is to challenge the citizens of their roles within the security system and encourage the spirit of police-community partnership as a strategy towards addressing crimes such as terrorism, kidnapping, armed robbery, farmers-herders conflicts, and other crimes. Historically, our revered traditional institutions are known to be strong social control actors who have been deploying their grassroots reach and time-tested cultural frameworks for information collection and dissemination, crime detection, and dispute resolution at community level. The strong knowledge of history, culture, norms, and customary practices, as well as their reverence of their subjects, are vital assets that could be tapped into to engender community-driven policing and address local and national crime and security challenges. The citizen-driven internal security model, where youths with different components of the local community volunteer to complement the states by forming themselves into vigilante, hunters association, from attacks have proved very, very effective and potent. The strength of this group lies not in the sophistication of their firearms, training, or pecuniary benefits, but in their exemplary courage, passion for their communities, and advantage of full understanding of the topography of their community. They say dreams can be intriguing. It is symbolic of the delicate connection or transition between imaginations, ideas, and visions on the one hand, and reality on the other. You could dream beautiful dreams, but if the Almighty God did not perfect the transition process, such dreams remains at the level of fantasy. The dream to immortalize my beloved mother and advance her legacy started with my incorporation of the Mercy Igbe Foundation, an extraordinary mother who gave my life direction and meaning, taught me the virtues of care, honesty, integrity, and imposed on me a very strict discipline that started as the foundation upon that propelled me to the pinnacle of my career. She taught me to be a contented man who should always choose honor over materialism, service over empathy for the less privileged. She told me that there will be challenges, but that there are faith-testing temptations from which one will be emerged from greater strength and spiritual rewards insofar as one remains faithful and steadfast. Above all, as a seasoned old-fashioned teacher, she insisted that knowledge is the only enduring asset you can acquire in your lifetime, the only wealth worth pursuing, and the bedrock for the attainment of self-esteem and excellence in all endeavors. I committed to experimenting, my mother's passion by extending scholarship with a modest start with 5 students in Owan East and Owan West, where my mother comes from. We started with 3 medical students and 2 lawyers. As at February this year, we've been able to take about 50 of them through the educational process. They are medical doctors. Some of the lawyers, they did their attachment in my chambers in Abuja. And whenever I see them, I have a sense of fulfillment. and that I have done my bit. So in 2016, when I was going to retire, I incorporated the Solomon Hegiato Foundation with the following aims and objectives: to work with local and foreign partners and institutions to address the needs of the security and administration of justice, to collaborate with law enforcement agencies and other relevant MDAs to build capacity in security officers, to provide educational opportunities to the less privileged in society, including children of police personnel. When I was an IG,
Commissioner for Police for Edo State, Abutu Yaro, and Assistant Inspector General of Police for Zone 5, Lawan Jimeta, praised the former Inspector General of Police as he take dey support the police force, saying a better example to police for Naija.
We, as a police command, are eternally very grateful for this edifying effort. The demonstration of philanthropy by the retired IG and his friends and his family is an attestation that Edo comes first in his mind and in his person. And we believe other eminent Edolites will take a cue from the fantastic events that is ongoing on. It is a matter of common knowledge as we speak that indigenes of Edo North, as the IG said earlier, has already in place a formidable communities policing project that is well funded, well provided in terms of logistics, and is actually fighting crime and criminality in the best form of it. We equally believe that Edo South plays a more prominent role in the architecture of our state and in the national configuration of Nigeria too. Therefore, that the retired IG has replicated this model today is very gratifying. And we, as Edo State Police Command, are eternally grateful to him for this project.
Those of us that have been with him all through these years, we know his struggles, we know his desires, we also know the efforts he has put for the entire police force. And we also know his passion for the community. We are not surprised that he has come up with this model of deepening police-community relationship and security. It is true that the security situation in this country has gone beyond the fact for us to just wait for police or for security agencies to do it. It is everybody's business. What we as citizens should do is to try as much as possible to work harder, to work with ourselves. When you see something, they say you must say something. It is the society that will fight for itself, that will encourage the security agencies to bring help. So it is my prayer, sir, that this noble idea will go beyond here, beyond Edo State, and I pray that it becomes a model for the whole country.
Harassekon show Governor Obaseki the security weapons will be motors, bags, whistles, torchlights, among others, with the foundation donate to Edo State Security Network for the 7 local governments wey tanda for Edo South wey be Oredo, Ovia Southwest, Ego, Ovia Northeast, Orionwo, Ikpoba-Oka, and Nwode. Harassekon yarn 3 people say make the people collaborate with government unto say security na everybody concerned.
My own contribution is that I'm still appealing to all citizens that even if it is one torchlight, you are able to buy for your local government, even if it is one whistle, it will go a long way. The government cannot do it alone. The government has to take care of roads, has to take care of health, has to take care of education. This same government, you want to also take total control of security. Security is capital intensive. So we need the support of people. And that is what we are appealing, that people, the elites, people who God has blessed with some substance, they should come to the help of our communities. For me, I don't need security, you know that. But what of our brothers who are back, who are back there? So we have to do something.
Governor Obaseki Konya three people say Belle sweet am say private people they put hand for security matter to help government to make sure say security better for the state.
We're very happy. We're very glad. Glad that you have members of our society, citizens of Edo, who on their own initiative, spend time to think about the security challenges we go through every day, and also profess solutions that on their own they've decided to tax themselves and raise resources to come and support government's efforts. Can imagine if more citizens, more people do this, how quickly we'll overcome our security challenge in the state and in the country.
The Ogbunge people wait and that for the vet can hear the foundation for the Ogbunge lecture. Say everybody get role to play for security matter for Edo State.
I'm not surprised. I'm only just happy to find that it's part of the family. That's what we do. Okay? We are happy that a man like him, who came out from work, tries to work to feed himself and yet also tries to help others.
We are representing the palace. We want to congratulate Dr. Solomon Igato Arase on his birthday and also congratulate him for this successful event. It's a novel. We've never heard of such. I've never seen such in Edo State. And we want others to imitate him. Not that he's very rich, not that he doesn't have places to spend his money, but he decided to set this up to help, to join the government in fighting crime.
Solomon Arase has continued to represent a very good star amongst people who have had opportunity to be in position of power and authority and who are humble in it. This exercise is trying to wake up the society to realize that Nigeria is changing, so community participation for protection, security, and looking at the back for safety of your neighbor is something that we should now bring into our everyday life. And we appreciate it for this move because others will try and do likewise, then the society will be safer.
Ebu Sereme Obinome, TMC TV News.